feeling free. I'm feeling
Welcome.
so
As always,
fine.
good
And
people.
if you
Another
give
episode of the Bruce
me
Leroy
this
Bar
love,
Report. This is episode 27, and we have none other than Sarah from Artbox Mishawaka in the building.
What's up,
Welcome,
y'all?
welcome. And we are in the Artbox as well, so that makes a little bit more sense,
Yeah.
to have it here. Why not? Cool space. It'll get seen in future events and,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
There's
how
a
are
lot
you?
going on.
Absolutely. How you doing today, though?
I'm doing fucking great.
Good.
I love that the sun's out. I'm glad
Yeah.
we have windows in here. I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Absolutely.
Can't complain.
There we go.
How
Like
are
I said,
you?
it's I'm good. Like I said, it's not too warm, but the sun's out, like you said. So
Yeah,
it's a
giving
good
me
vibe.
hope.
It's a good vibe for sure. As always on the show, we just like to get your backstory, how you guys started with Artbox, art in general, whatever spot you want to put it at. But
Yeah.
just get a little information on you for sure.
Yeah, I've been doing a ton. Like I was telling you a little bit earlier, I have been doing creative stuff since I was little, but like writing, stuff like that, like always just wanting to express myself creatively. Obviously grew up in Mishawaka, left for a little while, met some homies, way more homies in the art scene, the music scene, California, New York, Madison, Wisconsin. I love you, Madison.
Shout out to all these places.
But yeah, so I met so many people who like taught me all the different roles that there is in like the creative industry. And so while I love like painting myself, I love like doing creative things myself, I also loved fostering that in other people. And so I was like, what are the roles that I can do? What can I offer to a community that I grew up in where I never saw
Absolutely.
much art, never saw much open creativity? And so providing a space for just people to even be exposed to art, I was like, okay, maybe we should start there because
There we go.
there's not a ton like that. And I just love being able to provide a space for people to be like, maybe I can do art, Yeah.
Absolutely. Were you did art come first, or did the creative side of it, where you're doing things like Artbox, come out first, as far as like growing up?
I feel like it was the art first.
Okay.
And it was like my personal journey of like being like, oh, I can be an artist too. I can make artist things too, while struggling originally to be like, can I call myself an artist?
Right.
What do I title myself? But that whole experience of letting that out of myself like changed me as a human.
Okay.
And I was like, holy shit. Oh, sorry. But I was
You
like,
can say whatever. Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, like everyone should experience this. Like everyone should have an opportunity to feel like they are a creative human and that they are an artist, and it kind of just went from there.
Flow, yeah, absolutely. And this started last year around this
Yeah.
time, correct?
Yeah,
So-
this month, last year,
1 year
I said
anniversary.
fuck it, and I opened this space. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't exactly know what I wanted to do with it, but I just needed to put those roots in and like have that experience. I've learned so much already, but yeah, we still have another year to go in this space, so I'm excited for that.
Absolutely, yeah. But just to have the idea and just to go with it, though, that was the rewarding part about it. Just to see it from last year till now, it's like, okay, we've been here, we've been doing it, and it's continuing to build. So
I've been talking about it for like 5 years. Like, I want a space to curate things in, and then one day I was like, fuck it.
Manifested it. It happened. So definitely. What's the most difficult part so far in this year span that you would say?
I feel like the most difficult part is shifting a passion into a business.
Right.
And like managing those two sides of myself, where I'm always normally just a passionate person. I'm like, I don't know about business. I don't care about business. Like, it'll just work out.
Yeah.
But there are those things where you're like, oh yeah, like this is a business. Those reality checks where you're like, oh, the rent's due. Oh, the utility bills due. So there's those things, but that's been a little bit difficult for me to manage, but I'm grateful to have the experience to even like learn those little things in this kind of like little nucleus before I like take my ideas out into the huge world. But
okay. Absolutely. Also, as we're in the space as well, a lot of different stuff going on, whether it's paintings, decorations, maybe stuff from different people that have came and gifted you with stuff like that. I noticed you also do art, so you paint stuff like that, and it's a different type of, like I said, I don't know the exact word or perspective you put it in as far as like what type of art it is.
Yeah.
But I've seen different art around the room, and it's just like, yeah, this is dope. Well, whatever you do to express it is a dope way, and like a one-on-one that I see.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite like local artist other than yourself that you know that does the same kind of thing?
My favorite local like artist that's not like a musician performer is Taylor Grantham, or she's Rhubarb on Instagram, and I just think she's the sweetest human, but also her style of expression is so dope. Just like using materials you wouldn't think of using, repurposing materials, adding like organic and inorganic materials together, like the stuff that she does, like just makes me happy. So I'm grateful, Taylor, that to have your stuff in my space and that I get to look at it every day when I'm coming to paint. It does make me really happy.
That's dope. So. Shout out to her for sure, absolutely. And I know that might be part of where you get your inspiration from. Does it come from, like you said, being a kid and just picking it up, or like where else do you get your inspiration from as far as art?
My inspiration, I studied psychology in college. I'm a big like sociology, psychology person, so I like the systems of things. So a lot of my inspiration comes from like emotional and like psychological systems and like a way of processing. Like I'm like, okay, how can I process the thoughts or the feelings that I'm having?
Right.
So that's always been like my instinct with art, but my inspiration also comes from being able to walk in this space whenever I want to create and have a dedicated space to create, and that is filled with so much remnants of so many humans that have supported the mission or walked in alignment with the mission or just like been gracious enough to give me their paintings to have in this space. Like that just like I can't not like feel invigorated in like my creative spirit when I walk in and see the work of so many other humans that are doing the same thing.
It's a great feeling because you not only, you just seem like the type of person that like will rather give back than receive, but it's also with you doing stuff like opening a space for people to come into, you're doing it, you know, not even knowing you're doing it, in a way. So it goes both ways. It's a dope feeling just to see, and I know there's going to be upcoming events, and the space is going to just keep evolving and you know going in a different direction. So it's dope to see. As far as art goes, or just you can say life lessons, however you want to put it. What's the best piece of advice you've gotten thus far when it comes to your creative space, your art, however you want to look at it?
I feel like it applies to both life and art, as with most things that like I've learned about art. Like I can apply them to my life, but truly like the concept that anything and the things that are truly like authentic to me, like they can't be stolen. They can't be like compromised by other people being inspired by them. And I feel like learning that has like taught me, like I've always been a big like authentic person. Like I always want to be like different or be my own person or stick out or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like sometimes those egos can get in the way of like competition, or like I don't want to do this with other people, or I don't want to invite other people because what if they copy my idea? But learning like to walk in like true authenticity has like given me that confidence of like, but nobody else can take it, so you might as well like spread that light because you're just inspiring someone else to be authentic in themselves, who's inspiring the next person. And it just has really changed the way I'm able to like move and operate. And like I do like open a space like this because I like have the openness, you know, with other people, and like want other people to come in and copy or just be authentic. Like, because you can't, if you're copying authenticity, you're just being authentic yourself. So
well put. I like that. Because it's like two different people as well. Like you got people that are gonna think, oh, he or she is doing this, so it's a competition, as opposed to inspiration for somebody to like look at that and be like, okay, well, I might do this, but I still can see it from this perspective, as opposed to want to be competitive with it. Absolutely,
exactly.
But as a collective, I see the people I've within the last year, just even with Bar Report itself, like from the first episode till now, just the people I've interacted with, people I've been in the room with, it seems like that camaraderie and like community is just like it's one of those things where it's genuine, and it's like good. There's no competition, everybody's winning. So it's a dope thing to see. when it comes to your art and, you know, doing your thing, when it comes to expressing your art, what are 3 essentials you need in the room when you're creating?
Like one thing that I pride myself on is like I just need like a canvas.
Sure.
That could be wood, it could be an actual canvas, it
Yeah.
could be the floor, it could be like the sidewalk. I just need something I'm going to create like upon, and then like a medium like of something. I need something to create with. And then something that's really important to me is sound. I love to have like sound just because it helps me transfer, I feel like, what's inside what I'm feeling to something that's outside of my body, like get it from inside my brain to outside. I feel like music is such a cool tool for that because it can just like help move energy from space to space. But I guess canvas, something to write with, and music or sound.
Top 3 artists, if you could just listen to 3.
Like painters.
Top 3 artists as far as like when you're listening to music, when you're painting.
Okay.
Who are your top 3?
Smino, probably. Nice. I love Smino.
Nice with it, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think like his way of being like really gets me and like keeps me in my flow.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like Trey, like 608 Trace. That's my homie, and so
Shout
just
out to him.
hearing his new projects helps me like be like, okay, my homie's got this shit. Like we're really out here. And then probably I do like Anise. I do. Lately that's been like
Anise.
a go-to. Like Anise the rapper. Yeah, he's been a super flowy guy for me. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, always music is always like universal when it comes to it. It's like you can the moods, whatever mood you're in, you can you know play out music. So that's dope. Yes, it's usually like that with artists. I feel like I ran into where they're like, yeah, music is like it gets me going and you know with ideas or whatever
Even
the case
just
may
sets
be.
the vibe. Yeah, when I walk in, I'm like I gotta turn something on to like help me focus or like help me start moving around. Otherwise, I'm just like
And I know also you do events as well here.
Mm-hmm.
With whoever the creator may be, whether it's a show, whether it's painters, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
What's your go-to track when getting prepped for that game, pre-gaming? You got a go-to?
I do. It's super like I don't want to say ratchet, but it's just a song that's like I definitely be just like vibing to it. But it's a song called "Indian Giver" by Akeem Ali. Okay. And it just is one of those songs, like, I don't know, I feel like when I'm opening my space to people, I have to, like, get myself in the mood, like, you're the boss. Like, you, like, run this space. For like, this is your space. So I like to listen to music that makes me be like, okay, like, get out of my way. Like,
that's a new track I got to check out for sure. I've never heard of her
hard.
Or the track, so that'd be dope for sure. Over here, we do, like, rapid-fire questions, so would you rather this or that, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So let me fire off a couple for you. Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
First to explore a planet.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Got a reason behind?
I just think that it would be great to cure disease, but first to discover a planet, you could have so much influence on like a culture, like representing like your people. For example, it was like America or humans in general, like. There are some people that I'm like, you might not make the best first impression, but I feel like it would be cool to be able to have that influence of being like, I'm your first experience with this kind of person. But
You're almost like the founder for sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Would you rather be able to see what's behind every closed door, or be able to know every combination lock for anything?
I feel like know any combination lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it would be nicer to have just be able to like know that no matter what I walk up to, like I have like the answer to like get through this door.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like if I saw everything on the side of another door, like it might scare me maybe from going in there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with, would you rather have unlimited tacos for life, unlimited sushi for life?
Dang. I feel like tacos. I do. like just because like I don't know why tacos are my go-to, like cooking, and they're just like very natural to like
sure.
my blood. I feel like they feel good in my body. So
but when you say unlimited, it doesn't cancel out the other one, so you can still have the other one as well. So
Okay,
that's when I think
okay.
of it too.
Yeah.
So
as long as I could have, I just want sweet potato sushi like every once in a while. Like, but I would get so sick of sushi. Like, if it was unlimited.
Tacos could go forever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, no
okay.
problem.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Last one we'll go with Mona Lisa or Van Gogh.
I feel like Van Gogh. I feel like that's mostly because I just went to like the 3D or the VR like Van Gogh thing, and so I got a new perspective I think on his work that I was like, huh. So he's been on my mind a lot lately, so I feel like I would go with that.
He's the one that cut his ear off, right? Got you.
Yes,
Like I said, I'm like literally 2022. I probably like really got an interest for art, so I'm like, I know particular artists and stuff like that, but like as far as backstories and
he's like the sunflowers and stuff. Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Okay, for sure. He couldn't hear as well, but he could paint for sure. Like I said, Artbox Mishawaka as well. Dope space.
Thank you.
Of course. Like I said, I keep looking around and it's like I can see the vision for it and what's upcoming, what's going on. But what can you say? What can you mention that's upcoming for Artbox Mishawaka that you got going on within the near future?
We are trying to do more like hosting of other creatives events. So I don't know when this is gonna air, but I have Adventure Could Be like in a week from today. I'm super stoked. I love her. I think she's a great creative who's in her own lane and really like repping for like the stuff that she does and like the communities that she has. But I'm really excited for that. And then Artbox is going to be doing like some like talks, like I guess if you could call it like that, more like kind of like community meetings or like group meetings where like we're going to pick like a topic and like have someone come in, have some like intimate like conversations, whether that be about like the development of the Midwest and the creative scene or something that's going on in our communities, or just like if it's a networking party to like swap your ideas. We're going to be doing that, and also hosting like some media days as well for like some other friends who have their own projects. So we're really focusing on like being that supportive block this year for like anyone that has an idea and is like, well, I don't have a space for that. And now you do.
Y'all hearing this first from Sarah herself for sure, because it's like I said, I've noticed that the community is growing in a way. Even when I first started this till now, it's like I've met so many people along the journey and so many genuine people that do different things. So it's like it's a collective of people that get together and just like, not only accelerating what they're doing, but they accelerate other people to keep going. So it's definitely a dope thing to see, and cool dope to hear that you're gonna be doing stuff like that. So we're looking forward to it at the Artbox for sure.
Yeah, us too, definitely.
Last but not least, just plug into people any type of social you got where they can reach you Artbox, get more information on anything.
If you would like to follow like Artbox, what we're doing, stay up to date with that. We're Artbox Mishawaka on Instagram and Facebook as well. Like I personally, like I'm a human as well. So if you just have like creative endeavors, it's Surround Sound is my username. But if you go to Artbox, I'll be linked in there too. So you'll see my face and you'll find me. But my our DMs as the studio are always open for like collaborative ideas, or if you just have a question or just anything or curious about like becoming an artist, or you want a space to hold a class, like our DMs are always open and we'd love to chat for sure.
Shout out to that. Absolutely. Yeah, as always, great to have you on. Give your flowers to you as well, like I said, for opening up the space to us, letting us come in here, meet dope people like you, and just keep doing what you're doing, and I'm grateful to be a part of it for sure.
Yeah,
so
and same to you guys. I love the project you're doing, what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
It doesn't take nothing to put something like this together, so just having it is a really nice.
It's great to have a dope community behind you as well, so for sure. As always, good people, another great episode of the Rooster Your Bar Report, episode 27. Sarah from Artbox Mishawaka. We out like that. Peace.
You know I always got the hot shit. Going like an auction. Smoking on it, I was blowing on it. Got the floating on it and forgot shit. When Smokey said it, I was coughing. Puff pass, I'm on offense.